Greetings, everyone. Well, wrapping up the animation updates today with one that's a collection of animated films that I've been wanting to get my hands on for quite some time, and, well, recently did. And another one that isn't really strictly animation, but I think we've been talking about a lot of comic book-based stuff lately, and this definitely fits into that category as it is, well, adapted from a comic book. And that's what we're going to talk about today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Okay, so what did we get here? Well, there's not really much I can say about this by way of introduction because I think every single one of you has either seen it or at least heard about it or knows about it. Shrek! The whole story. That's right. 4 glorious Blu-rays of Shrek. Now, I know I give CG a lot of flack, but I gotta say, there are exceptions to the rule, and I think Shrek is definitely one of them. Because not only is the animation fantastic in these and really set the bar along with the stuff that Pixar was doing for animation quality in film, like CG animation quality in films, but just the story and characters are great. And for those of us especially who grew up with the old Disney movies and all the fairy tale based stuff, this is an absolute joy. I mean, it is such a treat to see this very fresh take on the whole fairy tale world, and it's just wonderful. So this, of course, is the collection of all 4 movies. Now, until I bought this Blu-ray set, I had actually only ever seen the first one. Yeah, can you believe that? I'd, of course, seen bits and pieces of the other ones, but for the most part, I'd only ever seen the first one all the way through. So I thought, I was actually out shopping with Rosie, and I was kind of looking towards getting some stuff that we could watch together. And she's at an age now where she's taken an interest in a lot of the old fairy tales and such, so I thought she would really enjoy this. Like, she's been watching a lot of the old Disney movies and such with her grandparents, and I thought she would really get a kick out of this because it's, it's a different kind of look at those characters. And of course she recognizes a lot of the characters from the fairy tales and such, and really enjoyed it. So we've been having a lot of fun watching these together. We have not actually got around to watching the 4th one yet. I do know the sort of gist of the 4th one. It's basically the Shrek version of It's a Wonderful Life in the fairy tale setting, but I haven't actually seen it yet. The only reason I know that is because they had it playing on one of the store demos recently, so I saw some clips from it there. And kind of got the gist of it. But anyway, we did watch the first 3 together and had an absolute blast. Just so much fun. The thing I love about the Shrek movies is it has all the stuff, the slapsticky humor and whatnot for the little kids, but it has a lot of jokes and gags in it that would go over the heads of the kids, but that the grown-ups can enjoy. So, much like the old Warner Brothers cartoons, I mean, there's so much in these movies that I think really makes them near-perfect family movies, in that there's literally something for everybody to enjoy in these, much like the Pixar films. They are very much like that as well. But Shrek is a little bit different because some of the jokes can be a little bit raunchier, but in ways that only the grown-ups will understand. They really ride the fine line that it's almost to the point where little kids might ask, Mommy, Daddy, what did they mean when they said that? But not quite. It's like just under that line where it still goes over the kid's head, but it's edgy enough that the grown-ups are having a good time. So, yeah, definitely love the Shrek movies. Let's take a look at the Blu-ray set here. I should mention, it appears that pretty much all the extras from the previous editions of Shrek, of the Shrek movies, are here. And there's also some new stuff as well. The only thing that appears to be missing, sadly, is the 3D shorts that they did, the Shrek 3D. Although I do notice there is a DVD out that has all the 3D shorts together. I'm not sure how many they did. Like, I think they did one or two. I can't remember. Anyway, so that seems to be the only thing that's missing, is they don't have the 3D shorts on here, which is kind of odd given that it's Blu-ray. Although I have heard that apparently they are doing the 3D conversion to these. I'm hoping the way they do that is straight from the original digital files, like the digital 3D project files or whatever, rather than doing post-processing on the final renders. Because they do it from the actual 3D project files, I think it would look fantastic, potentially. So, anyway, so let's take a look at the 4 movies here and see what we've got. So, these are all covers that are exclusive to this set. They're not the usual covers that you see on the individual movies. So each one features a different character. So the first one features Donkey, of course. And in terms of extras, we have 2 Blu-ray exclusives. You've got the Animator's Corner and Shrek's Interactive Journey Part 1. New and classic special features. You've got the Spotlight on Donkey in high def, Secrets of Shrek in high def, deleted scenes in, I guess, standard def, because they don't mention that, Filmmaker's Commentary, Shrek Rattle and Roll Music and More, and Karaoke Dance Party. So a pretty good selection of extras on there. I haven't actually listened to any of the commentaries on these yet. I'll probably do that after Rosie and I finish watching all 4 of them, and then we can, I'll work my way through the commentaries at my leisure later. So then we have Shrek 2, with of course Puss in Boots on the cover, because he's one of the big featured new characters in this one. Wonderfully voiced by Antonio Banderas. Let me just spin this around here. And then I was also really impressed that we had Jennifer Saunders as the voice of the fairy godmother on that. I thought she played a wonderful villainess in this, so very cool. So in terms of extras here, we have, again, Blu-ray exclusives, The Animator's Corner and Shrek's Interactive Journey Part 2. Then again, new and classic special features. We have a spotlight on Puss in Boots and The Secrets of Shrek 2, both in high def. Filmmaker's Commentaries, Shrek Rattle and Roll Music and More again, and Far, Far Away Idol in high definition. So, very cool. And then, for Shrek the Third, we have Fiona on the cover, and loads of extras, and again, just the character art. There's no inserts in these, as you can probably tell. They're pretty plain Jane as far as packaging goes. This one we've got quite a lot of special features as well. We have, again, the Animator's Corner and Shrek's Interactive Journey Part 3. New and classic special features. We have Spotlight on Fiona, Secrets of Shrek the Third, Deleted Scenes, How to Be Green. Those are all high def, so even the special features are high def this time. Shrek Rattle and Roll Music and More, and Worcestershire Academy Yearbook. Worcester. That's like one of the strangest words ever created. Anyway, and finally, Shrek Forever After. Finally, the man himself, or Ogre himself, gets the spotlight. We have Shrek on the cover, and there we go. And supposedly this is the final one. They're not planning to do any more. But I mean, I think it's pretty good. It's a nice quartet of films, and has a nice story arc throughout. Again, we have Blu-ray exclusives. We've got more here, actually. We have a conversation with the cast, which would be very cool. The tech of Shrek Forever After, the Animator's Corner, and the final part of Shrek's Interactive Journey. And then other special features, we have Spotlight on Shrek, Secrets of Shrek Forever After, Deleted Scenes, all in high def, Filmmaker's Commentary, Shrek Rattle and Roll Music and More, plus Donkey's Christmas Shrektacular. So we have Donkey's Caroling Christmas-tacular, Shrek's Yule Log, and many more holiday surprises. So, of course, being kind of a riff on It's a Wonderful Life, there's a lot of Christmas-oriented stuff on here. So, might be a good one to watch around the holidays. So, there you go. And then the box itself is quite good. There we go. Nice and sturdy with the edges curved inward, so it doesn't catch on anything, and it's not like one of those cardboard flaps on the side. It's just a nice solid box. And even the Blu-ray bar actually looks kind of classy on here. It's all nice and shiny, and I'm running low on tape. Let me just see how we're doing here. And I'm just gonna have to switch tapes for the last one. Sorry if the image shifted slightly to one side or the other. I had to switch tapes there, and I have to touch the camera to do that. Alrighty, so Shrek was very cool. If you're wondering what I paid for this, it wasn't cheap. I actually got it for 65 bucks. And of course, what happens about a month or so later, it goes on sale everywhere for like 40 something. So yeah, I definitely overpaid for it. But you know what? Given the years and years and years of enjoyment I'm going to get out of this set, I really don't mind. I know that I'm going to get more than my 64 bucks worth out of it. I think it originally retailed for about 75, so yeah, it was actually a toss-up between this and the Toy Story set, but which were both going for about the same price. But then I got to thinking, it's like, well, you know, Toy Story, I've seen 2 of the 3 of them. I haven't seen the third one all the way through yet, just bits and pieces. Whereas Shrek is 4 movies for the same price, and I've only seen 1 of them. So, Shrek won. I also thought Rosie would probably enjoy Shrek a little bit more because it had more in the way of familiar characters and settings and such. Not to say she wouldn't enjoy Toy Story, it's just the Toy Story is all new characters and such, and I just thought she might relate a little more to Shrek. So, yeah. So next on the list for big stuff that Rosie and I can watch together will, of course, be the Toy Story movies and, well, basically all the Pixar movies. But those are hella expensive on Blu-ray. So, yeah, Disney is like the one company that still way overprices their stuff. Although I do notice they dropped the prices of the first 2 Toy Stories and the first Cars, I believe, to 20 bucks on Blu-ray. I don't know if that's permanent or if it's just temporary, but might take advantage of that at some point soon. Anyway, last but most certainly not least is a movie that I actually put off seeing for a very long time because, quite frankly, I got sick of everybody talking about how awesome it was. You know how it goes sometimes. It's like, yeah, shut up already. I'm just tired of hearing people talk about it. So it's based on an independent comic book, a series of graphic novels that was very, very popular. There was only 6 volumes made, but apparently they're still a huge hit and constant sellers. I mean, I see them on sale everywhere all the time. I am, of course, talking about Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Yeah, I remember when this was in theaters, a lot of people were posting on Twitter to Roger Ebert, encouraging him to see it and review it, and he never did. I don't know why. And a lot of people were just saying, like, oh, Scott Pilgrim was wonderful, Scott Pilgrim was awesome. And I actually unfollowed Harry Knowles from Ain't It Cool News because he wouldn't shut the fuck up about how wonderful Scott Pilgrim was, and it was just really irritating the shit out of me. And then I think at one point I saw a tweet saying, you know, it would be, I'm glad to see that so many people are enjoying Scott Pilgrim. Have you guys, you know, have you seen it yet? And did you like it? To which I replied, I'm planning to see Scott Pilgrim after everyone shuts up about how wonderful it is. And you know who that tweet was from that I replied that way to? Edgar Wright. Yeah, I basically lipped off the director of Scott Pilgrim, telling him to shut the hell up about his own damn movie, not realizing that it was his movie. We all have our open mouth and insert foot right up to the knee moments. That was probably my most recent one. Yeah, so anyway, sorry Edgar, no hard feelings, I hope. Yeah, like you're watching my video. But anyway, finally saw your movie, man, and loved it. I take it all back. Yeah, I had an absolute blast with this movie, and I'm kicking myself now for not having seen it sooner. I think the problem was because it was just so under the radar. I mean, a lot of genre people were talking about it and enjoyed it and such, but it really didn't, I didn't know anything about it. I mean, I just did not know anything about it, and I didn't get it from the trailers and stuff, and didn't really sort of get the gist of it. It wasn't until I actually sat down and watched the movie and actually read a few of the first few sample pages on Amazon from the first graphic novel that I thought, oh, this is actually kind of clever and funny. And stuff, and then finally picked up the Blu-ray at the was it the Father's Day sale? I think it was the summer blowout sale. Actually, it was $10, I believe. Yeah, so I mean, I couldn't pass that. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll get it for $10 and check it out. And but the thing I love about it is being a retro gaming fan. This is just like a dream movie for retro gamers. It's basically a brawler game, like a 16-bit or 8-bit brawler game or arcade brawler game, you know, like Final Fight or Streets of Rage, that sort of thing. It's that style of game, but done as a movie. and with an actual story, with engaging characters and really funny humor, and it's just a wonderful movie. And yeah, I highly recommend it. Basically, it's the story of Scott Pilgrim, who's in love with Ramona Flowers, and in order to be free to date her, he has to defeat her 7 evil exes. That's the plot of a video game right there. And you might think, oh, that sounds stupid as hell. And it is, but it's self-referentially stupid. It knows it's stupid and it just runs with it. And it's so much fun. It's just a blast of a movie that does not take itself seriously at all. But at the same time has a lot of nice little touching, poignant moments with the characters. It's really a peculiar amalgamation of different stuff. And it has this like 8-bit and 16-bit sensibility about, like, video game sensibility about it, if that makes sense. Even the soundtrack uses a lot of chip tunes mixed with guitar rock and stuff like that, and it's just fantastic. It's really very unique movie, I have to say. Easily one of the most unique films I've seen in ages. I mean, I can't think of anything else that is anything like this, other than some of those old classic beat-em-up games that I used to play back on the old consoles. But as a movie, and it works beautifully, and it's hilarious and wonderful. And even if you're not a big Michael Cera fan, check it out anyway, because this is, you know, his sort of style of delivery and humor works perfectly for this character. I mean, this is the character he was born to play. So what do we have for special features? We have lots of stuff. We've got the making of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. You too can be sex bomb. Music featurette and music videos, alternative footage, visual effects, Adult Swim, Scott Pilgrim vs. the Animation, pre-production footage, and much, much more. You've also got Blu-ray exclusive stuff, like use your smartphone to control Blu-ray features, stream content, and communicate with ease. Can't you communicate with ease with your smartphone anyway? Isn't that why it's a smartphone? Anyway, app available for iPhone, Android, BlackBerry, and more, now enhanced for iPad. You control storyboard, picture-in-picture, plus even more BD Live interactive content. Oh goody, BD Live. Yeah, as much as I hype up Blu-ray, I'm not a big fan of BD Live. I just kind of see it as that old thing about putting content on a website, you know, BD Live. Like, how many years down the line is that content still going to be available, you know? Just put it on a disc! Anyway, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Loved it. Can't believe I waited so long to see it. Glad I finally did. I'll be enjoying this for years to come. Sorry, Edgar. No hard feelings. Loved your movie. Alrighty. Well, that's it for the cartoons and sort of comic book related stuff. For the updates, there will of course be more eventually. But for now, we'll be switching to another genre in the next batch of videos. And we'll carry on from there. Yeah, so that's it from me to you for now. So until next time, thanks for watching, and sayonara. Greetings, everyone. Well, wrapping up the animation updates today with a collection of animated films that I've been wanting to get my hands on for quite a while. And one that isn't strictly an animated film, although... Let's try that again. But anyway, it's... or not... Is it Final Fight? I always get Final Fight and Fatal Fury mixed up because they're both F. I think it's Final Fight. Anyway,